Now I've got time to review for you guys a Canadian treasure album. Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams, Canadian icon. Here's the thing. The way I see Bryan Adams, he's one of Canada's best treasured celebs. He is a living legend, and he's one of the best songwriters who ever lived. And my girlfriend quite adores him, especially for the Spirit soundtrack. Spirit soundtrack is one of his best works. But less than 20 years before the Spirit soundtrack, this was his first big break before his album Reckless. This album contains a lot of big hits too. Some of his songs in here include Cuts Like a Knife, I'm Ready, What's It Gonna Be, and the final track of the song was very foreshadowing, titled The Best Was Yet to Come. Well, a year later, after he released Cuts Like a Knife, he released Reckless, which is considered his best album of all time. This one, I think, is his second best album of all time. But why? The introduction of the album, it just pulls you in. The songs just drag you. It loops you it lassos you like a calf, and just, you're roped, and you can't let go. The only way you're gonna be released is when the album ends. You can't stop. You gotta listen to the album. Everything about this album is the best way to start your day. It'll be the best half an hour of your life listening to this album. The first track, the only one. Every album has to have a great beginning song. And when I say beginning song, the first song has to be the kind that wakes you up and makes you, well, just as I said, it just pulls you in. That's a good introduction song. And The Only One, the song of course, The Only One has that magic. Take Me Back, This Time. I actually do remember hearing This Time a couple times on the radio, along with Cuts Like a Knife and I'm Ready. And I tried to point them out to my girlfriend, but those songs were a bit of a hit and miss. Best part about retro albums? They contain all the lyrics right here. And it also tells you, right on the back too, who played the instruments, who wrote the songs, who played the drums, the guitars, on each song. Seriously, read the lyrics. This is a great breakthrough. This was what I consider his big break before Reckless, which I have reviewed a year ago. I just thought it was about time I reviewed something else of his, you know? So, if you're a Bryan Adams fan, get this album. How much do I love this album? I got this. I got this as a present. I heard it on Spotify and I just had to own it on actual album copies. So, there you go, folks. Enjoy Cuts Like a Knife. And have you heard of it? Tell me what you think about it. It's one of my favorite albums.